What it do? So, come back with another episode of this. This is Power Book 2, Ghost, Episode 2, Exceeding Expectations. In Exceeding Expectations. Tariq is on his journey. That's what the whole series is pretty much about. Tariq elevating himself, becoming the next Ghost, pretty much. In trying, the writers are trying to make us fall in love with him and get over our hate for him. It's working a little bit. A little bit. But this episode starts off, they trying to figure out this queen pin thing. They arguing it in the court systems and stuff. Is she the queen pin? Why is she and why is she not? So they gotta prove their cases. They trying to get this stuff settled out. But it's they have people, a lot of hands in the pot. People have motives for different things. Their sister in the class, gotta talk about her. She a character in Tariq's I forgot the name of the class, but we didn't have that around here. But very intelligent class. And Tariq, that brother a genius, dog. That little dude, every time he opens his mouth in talks, he sounds so smart. But he just never finishes his subjects, man. But homegirl did put him on blast. She like, well, what do you think about this, Tariq? He sounds so good, except for the ending. But he always throwing himself in there like, I'm gonna say this, but you don't know the end game. So he be getting a little ahead of himself in that aspect to say how smart he is. He sets himself up for failure because he's trying to do extra. Like sometimes you need to shut the fuck up. If you ain't got all the information, shut the fuck up. But Method Man tell Tariq he got his shit on his daddy. You gotta be a character. You gotta mess up his character pretty much for your mama. Like, what's more important to you? What's more important to you, man? So that is a constant thing in this episode, man. Like, what will happen at this eulogy and stuff? Will Tariq shit on his daddy? Will he big up him? And why would he big up his father? We'll get into that later on. This white dude, he from the last of the seasons and stuff. Tariq friend in school. Yo, man, what you up to, man? We was balling at church. Dog. He comes from a prominent family. His family pretty much helped build the school. His money is long. You seen him at the strip club in the last episode. He just like, here's this card my mama gave me. You can take all that. It won't matter. They come from generational wealth. Why does he want to sell dope with Tariq? Tariq, that's something I hated about Tariq back in the days. Why Tariq wanted to sell dope and wanted to know the game whenever his family had money. Now Tariq hustling or something, it makes a little more sense because he has a lot of responsibilities. But back then and now, I don't know, with this little white dude, like, man, I'm like, that doesn't make too much sense to me. That is kind of retarded. Mary J, she banging the popo. So we're going to see how that plays into future storylines or whatever. I really think Bobby Brown, he going to find out about that. I think he going to kill homeboy. Bobby Brown, that nigga, he just murder. He just a murderer on, yeah. That brother. And why would Tariq talk positively about his father? Like for the eulogy and stuff. We get into that now. Stern, he goes talk to Tariq and he like, we have interest. And with those interests in business, it would not be smart for you to talk about your father. because you have to think about yourself in business. So, if your father goes down, your assets will not be worth that much. So, it's quite a quandary. Do you want to save your mother and talk about how bad your father was, or do you want to get this inheritance and the inheritance actually be worth something for you to help your family, help yourself, generational wealth, etc. So, Tariq had, man, the brother got a lot on his shoulders, dog. He has a lot on his shoulders. He put a lot on them as well, because he did a lot of things that came back to bite him in the ass. But let's not go there. The DA, Democrats, Method Man, everybody talking about this case. This case gonna be the biggest thing in the world. They all have their hands in the cookie jar. We all know that. So, the big elephant in the room in this episode, I already talked about it, was, will Tariq speak at the funeral? Will he? Will he not? The teacher, the little basketball player, he tried to spit game to her. I'm like, she kept asking about Tariq. I'm like, man, is it gonna be like one of them storylines where they have like you know how in culture nowadays and stuff, they had the teachers messing with the students or something. Will it be something like that in the future? Will Tariq mess with her? Does she kind of like Tariq? She has like a kind of control thing. And when she's talking to Tariq and she brings up stuff, she like talking about his father. It's like, that was kind of odd. I'm thinking like, is she a plant from something else or something? I'm like, what is the deal with that? It's kind of weird. But then we kind of see why her character and stuff is kind of like that. She ends up, gratuitous sex scene, like in Power. You know that they do it. They have the sex scene. Then she goes talk to her sponsor. She's a love addict. She has issues like that. And I think she wants to stay away from homeboy. They talk about some novel or something. Like, he wrote a book, and I guess she was the character in the book or something, or wrote about her life, and maybe in a negative way. I don't know. But it's just a weird situation. So it kind of explains why she's like over the top with wanting to save people and just putting her nose in people's business and whatnot. It's just like she has issues herself. Uncle Tariq, he asked basketball player, yo man, can I come to the dinner? Can the brother get some food? Yo, come on. His Uncle Frank pops up, and they like, well, they don't think it's odd or whatever. But the Uncle Frank, and he talking all kind of ish or whatever. Yo, y'all got to get out of here. Bring Tariq back to the school. Yo, make sure Tariq don't say nothing. Bobby Brown tried to intimidate me, get the gun and everything. I'm like, I knew they was gonna butt heads at some point in this series. And he like, yo, what, stay in his house? There's in his house. And Tariq, he played so smooth, man. Like, he is unshakable. He is unflappable. Like, this little dude right here, I give it to him. The dude is smart. The dude is smart. He is developing into an elite character. Like, James St. Patrick died and his spirit jumped into his son. Like, he like, yo, you don't think it's odd? Your daddy, your uncle just got out and nobody knew nothing about that. Man, he a snitch. He a snitch, man. How you know about that and stuff? Hey, it's just common sense and blah, blah, blase. And Bobby Brown even like, damn. And Tariq, yo, man, let's go. I'm very impressed with that scene and how he handles himself. Especially because you remember Tariq back in the days whenever he would be in certain instances, he would always do that. Now he seems like he's more calm. He's more used to being in danger. Let's see. I hate when I do that. When I watch videos over and I be like, but I'm trying to get this information. They put Tariq on the spot whenever he get back to the school. They got the candlelight vigil and everything, the reporters and all that. Like, the teacher, why would she do that? Like, well, I already said it because she got issues and stuff, but it's like you doing too much. So Tariq, man, let's go to this party. Let's go to this party and stuff. They go to the party. We introduced to more characters. They got the dude brother, etc. They some assholes. Man, the police run up on the set. Dude punched the cop in the face. Punched the cop. So they grab him, and the dude is like, "Oh, that's my brother here, asshole. We are the so-and-so family." And they just let him go. That's white privilege for you. But I think it opens Tariq up to something else. Tariq is like, oh, he just punched the cop. Nothing happened to him. The cops and him apologized. This is an opportunity. If I got my business going and I got this little white dude on my roster, if his family with all this power, I can do what I want to do. Unabashed at all. So all he got to do is find his plug and stuff. I think Mary J. Blige going to be the plug. And he going to be able to run this facility. He going to be able to do what he want. And they got all the money in the world. So Tariq has, I'm just predicting, like in the future, for his little organization to grow. That's just the way that it's looking. Simon, I guess it's Simon throws the funeral. They have a big ass funeral. And it's like, how did you do this? How did you do this, Tariq? I didn't do this. So Simon comes out. We introduce back to Lorenz Tate. Lorenz Tate is one of my favorite actors ever. Love Jones, Inkwell, Dead Presidents. Like, I love Lorenz Tate movies. But I hate him on Power. Boy, he's a bitch ass nigga. Man, he's a bitch ass nigga. But, so, Tariq is not going to speak. That's what we think. Tasha comes out, and Tasha is going to deliver the eulogy. And she's going to shit on him. She's going to shit on him. But it won't look good on camera because they put her in handcuffs. So it's like, if she, the look of it, if she's speaking negatively of him, but she's in handcuffs, so that's going to look crazy for the paparazzi, whatever. So then, Lorenz Tate and them, they like, well, we'll speak. So you know what they're going to do. They're going to paint him as a choir boy, and that's going to look bad for Tasha and them, but it's going to look great for the Democratic Party. So Tariq, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Hey, this brother, he impresses again. He impresses again. I shed a tear. I shed a tear. He finally, well, I think it was the uncle, at the end, whenever he was just about to go up, the uncle came out for the first time. They didn't know the uncle. All these years, they never knew the uncle. But he talks to him, and he like, you remind me of your father. I don't even look like him. No, but your heart, your brains, you were like your father. Your father wanted to be more, and this and that. And there's only two ways a hustler can, a lifestyle can be, dead or in jail. But he beat it. But we all prone to death or whatever. He gave a good speech and said about who his father was. And Tariq, whenever he gets up and gives the eulogy, he gives a great eulogy. And he like, my dad was he's a complicated man. Chef. But he talk about he a complicated man. And he tried to do the right thing. He did the wrong thing. But he did teach me a lot of lessons. He taught me a lot of lessons and stuff, man. And I'm learning more about him in death than I did in life. So I hope Tariq, at some point, he can see his father in another way as well, because he has so much disdain for him. So I hope he kind of looks at his father in a different way and kind of holds him like in high regards at some point in the series, possibly. Because Ghost was a good dude, man. That's like on The Shy, man, how they shit on Brandon. Like, I wish they would hold Brandon a little higher, but I know why, because off camera stuff. But in Power, I hope they, at some point, Ghost is looked at positively. The court issue is just crazy. But before we get into that, Tasha, she goes up to Tariq. I need him on the after pill. I need some currency. So that is what she needs, and she gonna get some juice in the jail with her fellow inmates and stuff. She needs that. She locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. But the court stuff is crazy, man. Like, they are giving their depositions or whatever they doing in the back, and talking about this case. Why is she the kingpin? Why is she not? And they got so much evidence going this way and stuff. Why are they just, y'all know she not, but why you doing this? But she did this and they did that. It's so confusing. And Saxe is just looking like just a complete asshole. He doesn't know nothing. He just so stupid. But then he brings out Detective, I think her name was Rodriguez or whatever her name was, and he give her like little one-word answers and proves why she could be the kingpin, because Silver, and she knew where the body was and this and that. So it's some interesting things going down. Bobby Brown, he do the uncle crazy. You knew he was gonna kill him. Whenever he found out they was a snitch or whatever, you gotta take care of this. He go choo choo choo, shoot him up, shoot him in the face. They cut up the body. They probably dissolve it in acid or something. I don't know, but they doing dirty. He come back on the scene. He see the cop roll up. Cop roll up with a prep, got gifts and everything. He like, hey, something ain't right with this. He gonna figure it out at some point. He gonna kill. Will he kill the cop, or will he be like, well, we gonna use him? I don't know, but they family is through some stuff. Tariq, he come through for his mama, but not in the way they would think. Like he told the sister went talked to Tariq and stuff, and Tariq like, man, look, your father, can you talk to your father? Can he help my mama and what blase blase? And then Mary J. Blige, they give her a care package. They gave her a book. She got a phone. She got the morning after pill. They doing good. So she got her stuff locked up, but they're gonna be in debt. So we're gonna be in debt to Mary J. Blige and them. At the end of the episode, the cop up in the crib, what's happening? Look, I need you to give me everything you know in this Tariq St. Patrick character. That is gonna be the beginning of their stuff. She know he not who he seems. He's not. And he will prove to be a special person. He's going to be something great for her organization. He going to have them balling. He going to ball out. But things will occur. But it will be interesting. And then you getting into that family business. And Bobby Brown is so unpredictable. I'm going to always call him Bobby Brown. I don't know what his name is. And Mary J. Blige will always be Mary J. Blige. Sorry. That is how I will be doing these videos. Method Man, he will be Method Man. He's not the lawyer, so-and-so. He is Method Man. I will be calling them by their governments. Lorenz Tate is Lorenz Tate. If I know him like that, I'm calling him by. If your mama called you Mary J. Blige, I'm going to call you Mary J. Blige. But it looked like it's interesting, man. I'm liking it. Now let me get back to this Sunday football, man. Like, comment, subscribe, be the greatest and the most hated man. Holla at your boy. Peace out.